Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to beat nights 1, 2, and 3 on Five Nights at Freddy's 3. If you know anything about this game, you should know that absolutely nothing happens on the first night. And I mean, literally nothing. AIs do not change on this night, so whatever's at the start of the night will stay the whole night. So everything is set to 0 and nothing will ever increase, meaning Springtrap is not here, there's no phantoms here, nothing is here. So I'm just going to take you around the office for you to learn. So on the right we have the camera, which has 10 different camera angles and 5 vents. These vents will become important on the later nights, as Springtrap will try to use these vents connected to the rooms to try and sneak through and get nearer to your office. These vents tend to be on the further side of the map so that it actually becomes bigger of a threat to keep them in the further side. So essentially, I just like to think of Springtrap as you just try to get him in places where you know he won't get you and stuff like that. You have audio lures.
Hi.
Audio lures will take him to an adjacent room and has a 6-7 chance of working. Don't say the joke. So if he was in cam 9 and I used an audio lure to cam 10, he has an 86% chance to actually listen to it, which is a 1/7 chance to not. Now the room with the most adjacent rooms is cam 5, which has 6 and 7 and 8. Cam 2 is a close second, having 3 and the window. And also cam 9, which has 8, 10. Yeah, 8 and 10. So you just want to, you may see this. You can seal vents with a double click. This is useful for if Springtrap ever enters a vent. You just want to seal the vent because you can't call the audio in the vent. Now, as for camera 1, you may notice it's not part of the location. There's just 9 cameras, and cam 1 is just off over here. And that's because it will become way more important once Springtrap gets closer to you. Just trust me. And also, just make sure to look at the map upside down, as it may look like a certain person's avatar. So we're going to be using a strategy where basically we try to lure Springtrap to cameras 9 and 10 and seal whichever vent he's at currently. So if we took him to 9, we took him to 9 and we sealed cam 11, we would try to keep him out. So if he ever went into 10, then I would try to seal that vent as well. So you want to learn to be able to go to the maintenance panel and reboot things quickly enough so that he does not go to a different vent while you wait. Another cool second is going to cam 7. Cam 7 is only a single vent and is like dead-ended. Another thing that happens is that when he reaches cam 5 and any room past cam 5, such as cam 4, 3, 2, 1, or the window, or 5, once he gets to those vents, he will play some danger and anxiety sounds. Those are able to detect where he is. It gets quiet at cam 5 and then gets louder at cam 2 in the window. There are 3 types of vent categories. There's 1 that leads to the window. There's 2 that leads to this door in front of us. And then finally there's 1 more here. There's 2 vents that lead straight to the corner of the office. So it's best to keep Springtrap. Make sure you seal 14 or 15, as those are the most dangerous vents. So we're coming to the end of the night. Night 1, ironically, is 4 minutes long because the game know that nothing happens on this night. So this night is 4 minutes long, but as for every other night, it's 6 minutes. So the nights get shorter every game. Special Ultimate Custom night with 4-minute 30 nights. There's also this little intermission of the FNaF 1 pizzeria after every single night. This couple guy. It's William Afton. So we're coming into the second night, and this is where things are actually active. There's Springtrap, there's Balloon Boy, and Mangle. So Mango will basically just sit on camera 4. Camera 4 is one of those useless cameras, if not the most useless camera. So you just want to keep Springtrap away from camera 4. BB could spawn on cameras 9, 10, 1, and 7. If he shows up on them cameras, if you keep your head in, if you go to the cameras and stay on them for too long, when BB's face is in the camera, he will come at you and jump scare you, giving you a ventilation error. The ventilation basically has the deepest meaning. If you didn't know, ventilation just means that Springtrap will move faster and you'll start to hallucinate, meaning there's multiple Springtraps. The ventilation has several stages. The first stage is that everything is like completely normal, everything seems to operate normally. The second stage is when you start to see a siren go off. And the third stage is when you start harshly blinking. When a phantom animatronic gives you the ventilation error, it skips immediately to the third stage. As for Phantom Mangle, he does not give you a ventilation error. He's the only one who doesn't. Instead, he gives you a audio error.
Hello?
The error you want to look out for on this night is a camera error. The camera errors happen after a while on this night. It takes like 40 seconds. So your best strategy is to just keep flicking the camera like this. If you hear banging, it just means the Springtrap is currently traveling around in vents. So if you keep him in a room that you know has a vent, it was a ventilation error. So ventilation errors are routine on nights 2, 3, 4, and 5. But on night 6, Scott Cawthorne programmed it wrong and you never get a ventilation error on night 6. And hey, who is complaining? Because no one wants to deal with stupid ventilation. So we're just gonna keep watching Springtrap. Here he is in the camera. He can sometimes be hard to find on certain cameras like 3 and 10. As you saw, it was very hard to spot him. But he's just right there, spotting there. So we're about to go head over to the audio. And the best thing you can hope for is that Springtrap does not try to travel into an unsealed vent while you.
Hi.
We're gonna try minimizing errors on this night as much as possible. So there was BB. If you don't know how BB works, every single time you open the camera, Phantom BB has a chance correlated to his AI number multiplied by 10. So if his AI is 1, that means he has a 10% chance to show up, but that's only every 20 seconds. I know after you've avoided him once, then he can't show up anymore. Well, we can't show up anymore, but that needs 20 seconds. So another thing is that BB's AI can pile up, and similar to Chica and Puppet and Mangle as well. So every 20 seconds, BB has every time BB has a chance to show up, and they don't succeed, that's added onto a system. This system is then calculated a little bit later, and after the next 20 seconds, that probability is added onto the next layer of probability. I'm gonna have to seal that vent quickly. Yep, quickly seal that. So if you don't know what I mean, basically, if on this night, BB's AI is 2. So once 20%, so that means 20%. So 10% is added on to the AI. So 10% equals 1 AI. So that just means that after BB has...
Hello?
So you have 2 AI on this night. I'm losing my train of thought here. So BB has 20% chance, and after 20 seconds, if he does not succeed, then the next 20 seconds, he will add on another 20% in this case. And this will stack up until he eventually gets a successful chance to attack. And this can only, remember, this can only be on cameras 1, 9, wow. That is insane. There is no way. How? If you don't know what I'm talking about, that was Phantom Foxy. Phantom Foxy has a 1 in 1,000 chance to show up on this night. Why does this keep happening to me? First was Golden Freddy, and then there's BB by the way. So first was Golden Freddy. I want to be careful. Springtrap's in the vent. First it was Golden Freddy, then Shadow Bonnie, and now it's Phantom Foxy. 1 in 1,000 chance. I am just the luckiest person on camera, I swear to God. At least I'm not those guys who get good luck off camera. But there goes Springtrap, he's back in the vent. So, we're just gonna keep going until, yeah, there we go, 6 a.m. I'm sorry if I was returning the phone when talking about BB. I had a very weird memory loss. I don't know what just happened there, but I don't know, it just happens sometimes. But that's the next intermission. We have Bonnie. I'm very used to playing with Springtrap on a high level, so sometimes I might just get really I might just not be able to play on low levels just because he moves so slow. So night 3 time. So night 3 introduces 2 new phantoms technically. It introduces Phantom Freddy and Chica. Foxy is supposed to be introduced on this night. Basically how Foxy works is that he has correlating to the night number, correlating to his AI, he has a chance to show up. There's the danger sound, there's Springtrap. So we want to seal, for the first bit, we just want to seal any vent he's close to. Now he's in cam 2. Still in cam 2.
Hello?
Try to get him back into the lower half. So we're going to try and keep him in cam 7 for this night. And this will be important because Phantom Chica is very similar to Phantom Mango, but she gives you a ventilation error.
Hello?
And essentially, Phantom Chica shows up on cam 7. So now it's 1 a.m. meaning all phantoms spawn. Phantom Fox is the only one that can spawn at 12 a.m. But all phantoms start to spawn at 1 a.m. There's still one more puppet to be, still one more animatronic to be introduced to on night 3.
Hi.
So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna keep calling Springtrap to this room, and every time we have to get an error, we're just gonna repair it as fast as possible.
Hello?
Call the audio immediately with another error. So it looks like Springtrap went in an event. This gives us a perfect time to reboot. As you can see, we're in stage 2 of the ventilation error. I do not know what Springtrap is. There he is. Just hanging out in my bed. So that was the real Springtrap. If you couldn't tell, there were multiple Springtraps. I checked the map, there were multiple Springtraps. So we just want to dodge every phantom that shows up. Chica has a chance to show up on this arcade screen, the same probability as Balloon Boy. So every 20 seconds, Phantom Chica is going to have a chance to show up. And we're actually, I forgot to mention this, but phantoms can only attack you once. Springtrap went back in the vent. He's back. Oh, nearly got Phantom Balloon Boy. He's gone back in the vent. I don't know what Springtrap is doing. I'm trying to demonstrate if he does anything else other than go in the vent. If he goes in the vent one more time, I'm just going to reboot my camera. So after all this time, he went somewhere else. Oh, ventilation error. Okay. Okay, we have to hurry up. Stage 2. I think that's the real one. Yeah. If you couldn't tell, there's ambience. That is because Freddy has entered the hallway. What you want to do for Freddy is just not look at him, as in you can just pull up the cameras over and over again, and he won't even see you. That's Springtrap leaving the vent again, believe it or not. We might have our first sight to Phantom Chica soon. But not yet. We've not had a Phantom Chica attack, surprisingly. The Phantom Mangle either, but we've had plenty of Phantom BB.
Hi.
I'm sorry if you guys can hear better than me. I have my volume turned down really low, so I thought it might help you hear me better. But that just also means that I cannot hear any sounds. It's kind of bad for a game like this, to be honest. I mean, it did help. I had my volume turned up pretty high on my FNaF 1 video, and when I turned it down in the second video, it worked better. So just remember, big creepy face on the arcade screen equals Phantom Chica. But I think we're good. There's another routine ventilation error. I didn't explain how Phantom Foxy actually works. But basically how it works is that he just shows up standing there sometimes. And to get rid of him, you have to just go over and click the cameras up again.
Hi.
So I'm gonna try and see what happens if I can get him. Try and get him. Probably won't get him, but you know, I'll try.
Hi.
So I've got an audio error. So yeah, just do that a couple times and boom, you've done it. I mean, you don't expect Springtrap to go in the vent 15 million times. But yeah, that is night 3. Hope you enjoyed the video. And goodbye. Actually no, we're not gonna go goodbye yet. I completely forgot about this. It's nothing different. Chica it's just we're gonna do this. If you want to know, basically we're gonna do night 4 and 5. We're doing night 4 and 5 tomorrow, and then the day after that we're doing night 6. And then the good ending, and then we end it off all with Aggressive Nightmare, and that's FNaF 3 already. So, yep, that's all for today, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.